Chapter 4 of John Wick's story. Keanu Reeves' desire to make Chapter 5 has been confirmed by the director. Chad Stahelski, the director of John Wick, Chapter 4, recently announced that star Keanu Reeves is still keen to return the title role from the 2023 action thriller in John Wick, Chapter 5. On the Happy Sad Confused podcast, Stahelski discussed Reeves' anticipation for the sequel. "Yeah, Keanu and I talked," he admitted. "If you ask Keanu right now, would you do John Wick 5? Fuck yeah," he'd exclaim. But then he'd look around and say, "Well, what is it? I have absolutely no notion. And believe me, it's not like, we'll work it out today. We have a lot of set pieces, a lot of ideas, and a lot of things that we didn't go or didn't do before. I have no doubt that we'd come up with a lot of great pieces. It just, what's the main threat? We're about myths. It's like a fable. What's the message in the fable? What's the moral of the story?" Stahelski's comments track with previous remarks the director has made regarding the future of the John Wick franchise. This includes his response to Lionsgate's May 2023 announcement that a fifth John Wick installment is officially in the works, which Stahelski seemed to imply was a premature move on the studio's part. Notably, Stahelski reiterated one of his key points from the Happy Sad Confused podcast episode, namely, that he still hasn't come up with a fully formed story for John Wick, Chapter 5. The stuntman-turned-director added that part of the challenge in developing a fifth entry in the series is that we can't just do the same thing. The director of John Wick 4 discusses the alternative ending. There's also the big narrative stumbling block of John Wick's apparent death at the end of John Wick, Chapter 4, which Stahelski apparently needs to overcome before moving further with the sequel. The director has yet to reveal whether he has already figured out how Wick survives his potentially fatal injuries in the fourth edition of the John Wick series. He did, however, recently reveal that an alternate conclusion was filmed, making the assassin's fate appear significantly less decisive. According to Stahelski, this conclusion was abandoned due to unfavorable reaction from test screenings. Stahelski's choice to test two versions of John Wick, Chapter 4's finale isn't surprising, given that he's openly expressed dissatisfaction with how John Wick, Chapter 3 Parabellum ended. According to Stahelski, the threequel's cliffhanger ending let everybody down since it didn't provide viewers with a conclusive finish to John Wick's journey.